The high school football scene in West Virginia has hit its fourth weekend of action. And for Spring Valley, the Timberwolves are in search of that elusive first win. They invade Hurricane on this September Friday to square off with the Redskins, who are 2-1 and looking to bounce back after a loss. It's a Mountain State Athletic Conference showdown in Putnam County between Spring Valley and Hurricane. And it's coming your way next on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Welcome you to McGee Field at Redskins Stadium on the campus of Hurricane High School, where tonight a Mountain State Athletic Conference showdown takes place between the 0-3 Spring Valley Timberwolves and the homestanding Redskins of Hurricane, who come in at 2-1. It is the fourth installment of our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week on this third Friday in September. Greetings from Hurricane, along with state coaching legend Mick Price, Hannah Klein on the sidelines, our wonderful F&R crew. I'm Mark Martin. Thank you so much for being with us. Mick Price, Spring Valley High School became into existence in 1998, and only one time have they started the season 0-4, trying to avoid that here tonight. Hurricane got off to a great start at 2-0, lost a tough one to George Washington last week, 17-14. So we got two teams hungry for victory here on this beautiful September evening.
Yeah, it's a tough start for Spring Valley, but they have a great program at Spring Valley. They've done a wonderful job over the years. There's a lot of tradition there, so I'm sure these young men are going to come up here to Hurricane tonight, giving it their best effort and really try to execute a game plan where they can do something special. For Hurricane, they need a little revenge game. They haven't beat Spring Valley in a while, and they're coming off a loss to GW, so they're looking to get themselves back on track. So this is going to be an interesting game tonight.
All right, some great players here in this game tonight. It's a very young Spring Valley football team. Let's talk about a young man that Brad Dingus will rely on heavily here in this showdown. Number 4, junior Jalen Abercrombie, does a little bit of everything for the Timberwolves. Dingus says he is our best athlete, and they'll try a variety of ways to get the football in his hands. And when you talk about athletes, Hurricane is loaded with them. In his second year at the helm, Donnie Mays is blessed to have a Division I commitment at quarterback in Ja'Kai Long. He came back to the Hurricane area after 2 years with Capital High School's program and 1 at Akron-Hoban. So far this season, he has been outstanding, and they look for a big game from Long here tonight. It's the 19th meeting between Spring Valley and Hurricane, and Spring Valley has won 5 in a row. Hurricane will try to stop that slide here tonight while Spring Valley tries to keep it going. It's a showdown of Redskins and Timberwolves. We've got it for you next on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Hurricane Redskins onto the field just a moment ago, getting set to meet up with Spring Valley, and the captains are making their way to midfield for this showdown between the Spring Valley Timberwolves and the Hurricane Redskins. Once more, Spring Valley in with a record of 0-3, and Hurricane is 2-1. Bill Magnus is our referee for tonight's game. Hannah Klein there with the coin toss. We'll take it down to listen in.
All right, guys, who's going to call this toss for me? Okay. All right, this heads, that's tails. Tails is the call. Okay, I'm going to let it hit the ground. Tails is the call. It is tails. It's going to be your choice.
Away from this. We want
You want to receive? Okay, which way would you guys like to kick? You want to kick away so you have it in the second? Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move over this way.
Tonight's Friday night rival showdown between Spring Valley and Hurricane, being sponsored in part by your Parmar stores. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Tonight's coin toss was presented by the U.S. Air Force. Come join us. Your nation is waiting. Well, what you talked about, Mick, and what we've discussed throughout the week, the fact that Spring Valley wants that football. They've been a grinded out team down through the years, and they want to keep it out of that potent Hurricane offense's hands as much as possible.
Many teams, probably 75% of them, defer to the second half so they can get the ball at the beginning of the second half. Spring Valley has chosen to accept it, and they're going to get the kickoff. Now, as a coach, Mark, I'm looking at two things. Number one, they do want to keep the ball out of Hurricane's offensive hands. They want to get down. And number two, they may have something going on here. They may have a trick or reverse or something like this early in the game that they've worked on, because in watching the coin toss, you saw them right now. They may know ifs, ands, and buts about it. They want the ball.
We talked about Jalen Abercrombie before the game, a player to watch for Spring Valley. He's back deep, number 4, along with Cole Ferguson. Abercrombie, a junior. Ferguson is a junior. Doing the kicking will be Michaela Riddle. Outstanding soccer player at Hurricane High School, which has a rich tradition in soccer. Our kickoffs tonight being sponsored by OVP Health, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. The moment we wait for each and every Friday, the kickoff, and we're underway here in Hurricane. Now the ball rolls out of bounds.
Good field position, Mark. He did a nice job. He rolled. He didn't try to get near it. They're going to end up starting up here at the 35-yard line.
Let me correct myself. Grayson Maddox was the gentleman who kicked off for Hurricane. Maddox, a senior. There's a look at the Spring Valley offense. Jamison Smith, the quarterback, Abercrombie and Will McClure in the backfield. Tate Atkins, Gabe Dixon, Cole Ferguson. That good, solid offensive lines down through the years. All you have to do is look at WVU. They got 2 former Spring Valley Timberwolves on their starting line. So Spring Valley with the football started out at the 35, and Abercrombie loses it, and Hurricane is on it. The Redskins come up with the loose football just like that. And Johnny on the spot is Joey Kijano.
Boy, you could tell that just took the air out of the balloon for Spring Valley. They're really going to have to do a good job right here to limit any points from Hurricane, but they're so explosive, Mark. They have so many weapons. This will be interesting.
Well, it was a tough job by Smith getting his handle on it to start with, and then never had a good exchange there with Abercrombie. And so now we see Ja'Kai Long and this Hurricane offense that has been explosive, to say the least, in the first 2 games with 63 and 93 points. And Long wants to throw. Spring Valley with some pressure. And Long rifles out of bounds. Flag is down at the 35-yard line.
Never looks good, Mark, there when it's right there. It's usually a holding. But that is definitely something Spring Valley cannot do, give those receivers that much time and that much time to open themselves up as they come off the ball.
Bill Mangus gives us the call. Another look here, Mick.
You can see right here in the center, got him hooked up pretty good right there and took him to the ground. But this is what Spring Valley cannot do. They've got to keep him in there. He's too dangerous with his feet and arm.
Long is the son of Gerald Long, who was a star player at Mount View, went to WVU as a wide receiver, and then later played at Marshall.
He was one heck of an athlete, Mark.
Well, the all-time great Golden Knight performers, handoff and upended Kylan Grace. Grace is the son of a former Marshall star in John Grace. Good job there by Braden Casto on the stop for Spring Valley. Second down and 18. Long fakes it to Noah Velatambe and nearly intercepted by Spring Valley.
Man, they had a beat on it. I mean, Long was looking the whole time that way, so the corner on the left side was definitely kind of eyeing it up and moved on his eyes.
Bryce Fuller for Spring Valley, number 12, had a shot at it there. Another flag down. Now Donnie May's team got the turnover, Mick, and since then they've gone the other way.
Yeah, and you know, stumbled right off the minute by a holding penalty. So Spring Valley declines it. Good call by the coaching staff. Make it still 3rd and 18.
Long rifles, and this one is intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Robertson, the junior.
And you watch his eyes, Mark, on this replay. You look at that safety. He is looking the whole way. He's watching him, and when he sees that ball, he breaks on it. He made a great read defensively.
And Brad Dingus talking about the youth of this team, Mick, and they grew up here on this defensive set.
See, he's got his eyes on him the whole way, and that safety just went straight across.
It was intended for Michael Terrell. So Spring Valley takes over the ball here. They had the turnover, and now they get a turnover, and Abercrombie showing some moves.
Whoa.
Abercrombie will score.
They might have him fumble every time, Mark. And he ran with a vengeance on that one.
82 yards. Marshall University touchdown sponsored by Marshall University, and it comes from a team right in the backyard of Marshall University.
What acceleration, Mark. I mean, great job getting to the outside, and then he just accelerated. But they needed that. They got off to a tough start with the opening fumble. They bowed their necks. They held them, and now they got the ball back, and now they got points on the board. They needed that.
Kyle Riddle is the kicker, swings the leg out of the hold of Garrett Wagner, and Jamison Smith with the snap. Another look here, Mick, at Abercrombie.
One move, great move, freeze him. Now he's got to the outside. Now he's just got to outrun people who's got an angle on him. They're not getting him, and you can see behind him the whole bench knew they wasn't getting him. Great run, great blocking the point of attack.
And again, that touchdown being sponsored by Marshall University. At Marshall University, our mission is to provide a quality and innovative education to improve the health and well-being of the individual, family, community, and global society. We are Marshall. scoring drive rather easily.
I'm going to need to lift this up in just a second.
One play, 82 yards. Our scoring drives,
I'll put something underneath it here.
sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm.
We're struggling with these antennas. So we're thinking if we can get them up high.
OVP Health Kickoff, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999.
I'm sorry.
Boy, absolutely nowhere to go for Terrell on the kickoff. And so Hurricane down 7-0 here. Starting with the football at the 13-yard line. Terrell goes down.
We see it's infectious, Mark. You see a touchdown, gets everybody going. And next thing you know, bam, they get down there on the kickoff.
All right, it's going to be Long handing it off, and straight up the gut, Velatombi with the carry.
Great job keeping it going, Mark.
And that will be a first down. Our first down sponsor is the University of Charleston. We are all Golden Eagles. The University of Charleston mission is to educate each student for a life of productive work, enlightened living, and community involvement. Take the next step toward success. Pass intended across the way for Tyshawn Dews. Good defense there by Ethan Null, senior.
He did a great job. It looked like it shot out of a cannon.
Handoff to Velatombe, and down he goes. So it'll be Ja'Kai Long. Football at the 25-yard line. At the 31-yard line, Velatombe behind Long. Long stands at the 25. Long looking to throw. Here come the Timberwolves chasing Long. Long getting up close to the down marker. He's got the first down. Good job by Long using his feet. And another first down sponsored by the University of Charleston. Ja'Kai Long, Kylan Grace, Noah Velatombe is Hurricane works fast here. Another penalty against the Redskins. Breaking the action here. Spring Valley and Hurricane 7-0. Spring Valley on the board here on FNR. Spring Valley on top of Hurricane here, 7-0 first quarter. Spring Valley opened in 1998. Don Money was the first head coach. The late Phil Ratliff then took over. Then Money was the head coach again before Brad Dingus became the head coach in his 16th season. Hannah Klein speaking with Coach Dingus earlier tonight here before the game. We'll get to her in just a moment. Meanwhile, a little toss here to Tyshawn Dews. Dews has great speed, and Spring Valley does a pretty nice job of bottling up the speedy Dews. And Hannah spoke with Brad Dingus. He's been at the helm a long time there at Spring Valley High.
That's right, Mark. Well, I spoke to Spring Valley head coach Brad Dingus before the game about how the Timberwolves feel going into tonight's game. He said their team is very young this year. They also have 4 offensive linemen out tonight. Well, Coach Dingus says they plan to come out playing hard and will do what they can to keep the score close.
Now, right now, they are in the lead. Long will hand it off. Bellatombe stood up there by the T-Wolves. Bellatombe, outstanding athlete. And they look for many ways, Mick, to get the ball in his hands. He was the quarterback a year ago.
Yeah. Oh, he's so versatile. He can be put any place. He can run it out of the backfield. He can catch a ball. He can throw the ball. He's so versatile. And, you know, that kind of a player has always got an X factor. You never know what he's going to do when he gets a ball.
3rd down, 14. Long looking, and
there's the spy. So they're not letting him get outside here.
And that one will fall incomplete.
Great job by their defense, Mark. They had a spy on him. They had 2 guys rounding out to this side so he can't run with it. And then their corners did a great job. They played great.
Jaden Smith was the intended receiver. Brings up 4th down. Punting situation here for Hurricane. Grayson Maddox. This is only the 2nd time this season, Mick, that Hurricane has punted. Maddox kicked it 1 time last week against George Washington, and he boomed a 50-yarder.
Hey, his leg's fresh, Mark. He's only put the first punt of the year. Started August 1st. July 31st. Ooh, that one's over his head. That's going to, if he booms that one, he dropped it too.
And Spring Valley may be on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Touchdown, Timberwolves. Outstanding defense. Bray Booth scores the touchdown for Spring Valley.
Man, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon when that thing went through the punter's hands.
Well, over the head of Maddox. He went back trying to retrieve it, and then as he was about to pick it up, he got nailed, and the ball comes loose and into the end zone. And Spring Valley with a big start here.
But what do they tell you, Mark? Get on it. Don't try to pick it up and run it.
Riddle drills it through, and just like that, it's a 14-0 game.
You can see the back end of it where he's picked it up, and now he stripped it, and he is on top of it. He did a great job. He hit him from behind, he stripped it, and he got it. What an effort.
Well, Bray Booth coming in as Spring Valley's top tackler.
Just so explosive, Mark. He's just such a, gets after it. I mean, he understands this is not a contact sport, it's a collision sport. And boy, he made that guy cough the ball up in a hurry. Well, this is kind of what Coach Dingus needed, wasn't it, Mark? In order for him to come in here tonight and be successful, they had to get off to a good start. So obviously receiving the ball and getting the ball and having these many opportunities and our defense playing great has worked out great for Spring Valley. I think Hurricane's going to have to really do a good job, and they're going to put a drive together.
Well, it didn't start out well for Spring Valley. They fumbled on the very first play, but they have since recovered, playing some good D. Another OVP Health kickoff here by Riddle, and drifting under it for the Redskins. Tyshawn Dews, speed to burn. And Dews will be bumped out of bounds there, and making the stop was Luke Van Arsdale for Spring Valley, but great field position here on the outstanding return by Dews.
Well, they lost containment, and he went down. He's got too much speed. If they kept him contained, he made him turn back in. But you let someone with that much speed get to the outside, he's going to make it. So he probably picked up 20 or 30 yards after he got to the outside.
Watts, Casto, McFeely up front, Harris, Booth, Purdue, and Bray Booth at the linebacking spot. Good secondary. And so far, they have done a good job of keeping Long in check. Good hard piece of running there by Grace.
Well, they need to add a little bit of running in here to settle them down a little bit. They need to be able to get off the ball and run the ball effectively to set up some of their passing.
9-yard gain. Grace gets it again. Dylan Grace. And it's a first down. First down sponsored here in the first quarter by the University of Charleston. And warp speed right now for that Hurricane offense, Mick.
Oh, that's what they do. And Donnie's done that for several years in his coaching experience. They're going to play at warp speed. But Spring Valley seems to have done a really good job of containing stuff for the most part. So they're going to make it tough on Hurricanes offense.
Long shoots it out. Dews makes the catch. And then Dews is taken down by Fuller. Tyshawn Dews, the son of T.R. Dews, is an outstanding player at South Charleston. Team's biggest deep threat. 5'11", 165, a junior. He's got a lot of offers already, gaining interest. Long, who is committed to Marshall, hands the football off and into the hands of Landon Taylor. And Taylor gives Hurricane another first down.
Great job following these blocks up in there, just getting enough for the first down, moving the chains, getting a positive, progressive drive together. They need to put one in there before the quarter's over.
Football at the 33. Taylor carving his way for yardage. Nice hard running there by Taylor. Cam Purdue coming from behind to make the stop. Not before. Nice gain there by Taylor. Taylor, a sophomore. Got about 9 there, so another second and short. Long run by Spring Valley, and then a special teams touchdown. And Hurricane staring at a 14-0 deficit. Long, guns, catch made. Dews taken out of bounds by Fuller and gets the first down. And also puts, not only is it a first down, sponsored by the University of Charleston, our red zone sponsor is Glenville State University.
Oh.
Long will pick it up and be taken down. Purdue will get him to the ground. Glenville State University prepares and inspires students to be thoughtful, productive, engaged, and responsible citizens who contribute to the well-being of their community, state, nation, and world. Pioneer your future. The loss of 2 for Long. Long still looking and will go out of bounds. And chasing him out was Tristan Watts, the junior defensive end.
He does a good job not panicking, Mark. I mean, yes, it looked like there was one of his teammates was open Dews, but if he'd have thrown it might have been too late, and they could have intercepted it. So he decided to run it out, which is a good decision. They still got the ball.
Nice crowd here tonight at McGee Field inside Redskins Stadium. Taylor lines up beside of Long. Well, Hurricane took too much time to decide what they wanted to run there.
Yeah, they're going to kick themselves for that. They've been down here in the red zone and, kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times, but a delay of game down there at 5 yards is just unnecessary penalty.
Spring Valley lost a fumble, and then there was an interception by Spring Valley, and that led to the first touchdown. Put 4:08 on the clock here. Hurricane, a Final Four team in Class AAA a year ago, lost to Parkersburg South in the semis. Spring Valley has been in the playoffs every year under Brad Dingus. Taylor finding good yardage, slipped a tackle, and Taylor inside the 15-yard line.
Great blocking out in front. Good job of slipping tackles and making people miss, getting the ball back in there where they can actually, pass, run, play action.
That's going to bring up fourth down, so field goal opportunity here for Hurricane. Will Mitchell is the field goal kicker and the place kicker for point after touchdowns. To Grayson Maddox, who kicks off. He is the holder, and Mitchell delivers. Well, it's not what Hurricane wanted, but they are on the board here in this opening quarter. Spring Valley 14 and Hurricane 3. We will return to McGee Field inside Redskins Stadium in just a moment. You're watching the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week from Hurricane. Now Mitchell with the 30-yard field goal. And Mick, time of possession right now. Spring Valley, they lead at 14-3. They've had the football
Mark
24
wasn't
seconds. Hurricanes had it 7:50.
Sometimes time of possession is very misleading, Mark.
Our scoring summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. And 10 plays, 44 yards, 3:50 off the clock. And now Maddox with the kickoff. And Abercrombie already has an 82-yarder. Abercrombie to the end zone on the kickoff.
My, Mark. You're going to be seeing him in the spring in University of Charleston track meet, aren't you? Good man.
Touchdown sponsored by Marshall University, and Abercrombie has 2 tonight.
No wonder Coach was high on him. He is a game breaker if there ever was one.
Scintillating kickoff return. And Hurricane, well, they got that field goal, got a little momentum.
Yeah.
And right back it goes. We talked about that time of possession.
Yeah.
They still haven't taken much off the clock. Riddle with the extra point. 21-3. Jalen Abercrombie.
Got his eyes on the ball. Now he's looking. He knows there's blocks to the outside. He did a great job cutting inside that block, and there's a missed tackle, and he's going. I mean, all you can see is elbows and cleats. Not a good thing to look at when someone's running a touchdown.
Well, our scoring summary didn't take long. Sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. And Jalen Abercrombie goes 97 yards to the end zone. Time for another OVP Health kickoff.
It's an old saying, Mark, speed kills.
Yep.
Wow. Well, now look, Mark, here with 3:33 left in the first quarter. It's first quarter, and they've got 21 points already. But if you're a Hurricane, just methodically get down the field, do what you got to do, put some first downs together, and then, get a point on the board, get some points on the board.
Well, Hurricane can score quickly. We know that. Micaiah Riddle. Little dribbler and good heads-up play by the Redskins, landing on it there. Number 10, William Hall. Well, Brad Dingus, 16th season as the head coach of the Spring Valley Timberwolves. And Nick, he had that great stretch of 3 consecutive teams playing for state championships. They didn't win it, but to be there 3 years in a row at Wheeling Island Stadium says a lot about what he's done. Buffalo Wayne graduate Donnie Mays. We were at Donnie's alma mater last week, his new high school, Herbert Hoover. Beautiful place. Of course, Donnie, second year at Hurricane High School after a good run at South Charleston. Helped John Messenger win state championships there for the Black Eagles, and then became the head coach. And flags down again. An illegal substitution by the Redskins. Bill Mangus joined tonight by Joe Turley, who is the umpire. Tom Aloise, one of the great sports writers in West Virginia. We miss Tom in that business. Alan Settle, the line judge. Herb Hively, the field judge. And Bob Euler is the side judge. Pass intended for dues, and it falls incomplete.
They're just trying to get it to their skilled people in a hurry and let them make a play. They just can't seem to get on track, on rhythm, can they, Mark? I mean, just missing a little thing here or a little thing there, and then a penalty. They just can't seem to get back on rhythm.
Going back to that game last week at GW, Donnie May saying, we were in the red zone 4 occasions. Here's Long. Escapes the first level of defense and then runs out of bounds.
Mark, that's what I was talking about. He can hurt you with his arm. He can hurt you with his legs. But Spring Valley has coached so well not to let him get going. Okay, he gets 2 or 3, but he's not going to get 50. And they've kept him inside there, and they've got people spying on him, and they're still getting pressure on him. And the corners are doing a great job giving him no place to go. Really a great game plan by Spring Valley.
Race in the backfield with Long. Pressure coming, and Long takes off, and down he goes. Well, what a game being played by Bray Booth here in the first quarter.
Well, he can put some pressure on you. He's doing a great job.
Just a junior. Spring Valley with that powder blue and navy blue and white. They can come at you with a lot of different uniform combinations. And got a good look there tonight. So it's a punting situation here. Grayson Maddox.
He was on his knee, Mark.
Went down.
Oh, my.
Tough break there.
It's so easy to forget. You know, they're trying to do such a good job of, making sure the ball don't go by you. Because remember what happened the last one. And he goes down on the knee, and it's down.
So that will have the football at the 30-yard line. Just like a good punt return.
It's better than a good punt return. My goodness.
Well, let's see what happens here now with this Spring Valley offense, because we haven't seen much of it, yet they lead 21-3.
And there's 2:36 left in the first quarter. I mean, I feel like we've been here most of the night, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet. Ah, bless him, Mark. He meant well. He's probably madder than himself than anybody else is. It's a common thing could happen.
An injured official over on the side looking at his leg there. Not sure if he got hit by a player. So officials time here, and if you are just joining us.
It's like a cramp, Mark. Isn't that similar to what they do to the players that cramp? He gets a cramp back here.
Those cramps are no joke.
Hurricane had the football after they recovered Spring Valley's first offensive play, but then they throw an interception, and Jalen Abercrombie took it 82 yards for a score on that first play after the interception. And then Bray Booth came up with a great special teams play. It was a bad snap to the punter. Booth drilled the punter. The ball came loose. It goes into the end zone. Booth recovered. 14-0. Hurricane finally getting on the board. A Will Mitchell 30-yard field goal. Then on the kickoff, Abercrombie goes 97 yards to score it. And then a special team snafu. Punter went down on the knee, and Spring Valley has the football at the Hurricane 30 here and ready to go to work. Give it to Abercrombie. Abercrombie was pinned in there, and now I think we're going to have a late hit out of bounds.
Oh, man. You guys are just compounding the situations. I mean, I know they're upset. I know they're disappointed. But, man, you've just got to play clean right here. Abercrombie is tough. You got to bounce, take what you lost, and get him next time. Making it easy on Spring Valley.
One thing you notice about Abercrombie on that run there, Mick, he's not going to be satisfied just going down.
No. He's got great eyes, and he can cut, and he can accelerate out of the cut. Not everybody can do that. Some people are at the same speed out of the cut. He goes faster out of his cut.
So now that puts the football inside the 10. Spring Valley operates from our Glenville State University Red Zone. Red Zone sponsored this season by Glenville State University. Pioneer your future. Abercrombie with the handoff and finds daylight, and he breaks the plane. Touchdown, Timberwolves.
That's what I'm talking about, Mark. That cut. You're running, you cut, you see the break. Tremendous job. They did a great job by their offensive line. You got to create space up in there. You're in the red zone. It's one of the toughest areas to score.
Touchdowns this season sponsored by Marshall University. Micaiah Riddle, soccer player there at Spring Valley, puts it up and puts it through, and that makes it a 28-3 game.
This is what I'm talking about, Mark. Step on that right foot, bam. You can't step and wait on him. You stand there and wait on him. He's going in the end zone. He's airborne.
Great effort.
You got to go meet him in the hole.
Yeah, great effort there by Landon Taylor trying to keep him out.
Shoo.
Now our scoring summary, sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. 2 plays, 30 yards, 16 seconds.
Well, they are playing at another level right now, aren't they, Mark? You just see it. They got that little get up in their step. I mean, high-fiving one another, touching one another. They got a good vibe going. Momentum, man. It's a funny thing.
Again, if anybody is down 28-3 and can erase that deficit, it would be these Hurricane Redskins.
Absolutely.
OVP Health kickoff by Micaiah Riddle. Formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. Riddle.
That's a boom.
Yeah, he drills that one into the end zone.
That's a great kickoff. And the reason I say it's a great kickoff, no return. You don't have to worry about somebody breaking it. And you put them at the 25-yard line, 20-yard line. They got 80 to go. So that's a great kickoff.
Julian Grace was back deep there, but had no chance. You see number 77 there for Hurricane about to come in and start going to work here on the offensive line. That is Deron Parks. All kinds of D1 offers. 6'4", 270. Just a sophomore. Puts you in mind of a Darnell Wright from Huntington, drafted by the Bears. So Taylor will be in the backfield with Long. Sends 3 wide to his right and 1 to the left, and Taylor will get the handoff, and Taylor is met by Cam Purdue. Purdue got it all started. Sophomore linebacker.
And they're just playing up the stream, man. They are really getting after it.
Long will give it to Taylor again. Taylor saw a crease there for a moment, and Taylor does a nice job trying to bring it back to the inside, but a lot of white jerseys there, and once more, Cam Purdue there.
He didn't quit on it. He didn't give up on it. He kept playing, kept his feet moving. But they made it tough. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
Rhett McGrew is a tight end, number 15. They've got him lined up there, and Velatombe in the backfield with Long. Long looking, Long goes down. Nowhere to go as Garrick McFeely, 6'2", senior, makes the stop for Spring Valley.
What an effort by McFeely. He gets rid of his man. He spins and stays right after it. I'm going to tell you what, the coaches are going to go crazy when they're reviewing this film. That's the effort that it takes to win games. And you know, Mark, that effort may have came from the 3 games they've lost, knowing you got to just keep going, play after play, next play mentality. And, boy, he showed it right there.
Well, we saw Midland in that first game of the season with George Washington, and the Spring Valley team gave Midland all it wanted. Midland off to a 3-0 start with Luke Sammons, and
get a timeout here.
A break here in the action. All the momentum at the moment on the side of the guys from Wayne County. Brad Dingus, talked about him earlier in his 16th season. One of his assistants is Frank Arthur. They started coaching freshman football together in the year 2000. Trevor Stacy's on his staff, three-time All-State lineman at Charlotte, won the Lineman of the Year award. Derek Johnson was a great quarterback at Spring Valley. That state championship run. Bo Miller, Brian Spry, Zane Moore, Chandler Stacy, Mason Brubeck, Cleveland Wilder. A lot of his former players. Spring Valley, 4 plays, 98 yards, Mick. Hurricane, 27 plays, 20 yards.
Wow.
And back to kick it away is Maddox.
And it's a good kick. That's a great job of getting down there, making sure you better hang on. But great job of getting down. A good job of getting in the half, getting to the 50-yard line, Mark, because that wasn't easy. He had a lot of pressure on him. He got rid of it.
A good job there by the return, the kick team of Hurricane against that return team for Spring Valley. There you see Abercrombie, what a game he has had. So far, they had it twisted around there pretty good.
Well, I don't think they'll let off the gas here, Mark, just because there's, 13 seconds.
Offensive line, they've had some injuries early on, too, this season.
How many guys did he say he had out tonight?
Handing it off and getting the call there for Spring Valley was Miguel Kane, and that will do it here in this first quarter of play. And it has been a big first quarter for Spring Valley. On top of the home-standing Redskins of Hurricane. Long way to go here at McGee Field inside Redskins Stadium. You're watching our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Getting set here for second quarter action, Spring Valley and Hurricane in a Mountain State Athletic Conference showdown. While we have a minute, Mick, we want to give our best to the commissioner of the MSAC, Jim Hamrick. Our dear friend, been under the weather a bit. And
one of the great guys in athletics in the state of West Virginia. He's done so much for so many in his capacity. Coach, athletic director, commissioner. He's one of the best, man. We wish him the best. speedy recovery.
Hope he is watching tonight, but who knows? He may have slipped out, and he's watching that Parkersburg game tonight there at Stadium Field. Liam McGuire is in at quarterback for Spring Valley. He's a junior. So it's 3rd down and 10. McGuire hands it, and here's Abercrombie, and boy, a late surge there by Abercrombie, and he got the first down.
Man, he is tough to bring down. You know, it's one thing when you have a guy that's got jet speed like Abercrombie and gets the outside, but this kid runs inside tackle as well as he does to the outside. He has zero fear. He gets right up in there.
First down sponsor here in the second quarter is Optimum. Optimum, go faster, go farther. How about this, Mick? Before this second quarter got started, Hurricane had the football 10 minutes, 54 seconds of that first quarter. Spring Valley just a minute 6. McGuire keeps himself.
Well, good job defensively by not being fooled and taking Abercrombie out here and just stepping up inside.
Nate McKay made the stop for the Redskins, 3-year starter.
Mark, I think you're going to see Spring Valley's, game plan change specifically here, and they're going to take a lot of time off the clock. They're in a position where if they can keep Hurricanes' offense off the field, they're in a position they can take some clock down and put some more points up.
Now returning as the quarterback for Spring Valley is Jamison Smith. Abercrombie gets the call there. Hey, you've built up this 28-3 lead, and again, you've done so without eating much clock.
No, and you haven't had to so far. And I'm sure Donnie Mays is sitting over here and man, we can't do this. I mean, they're just going to take so much time off the clock. I mean, it's 9:42, and it's going way faster than the first up to 9:42 that we had in the first quarter.
Ball resting at the 33. Smith under center, and he'll give it to Purdue, the fullback, and Hurricane not fooled at all there. Good job defensively by the Redskins. Wyatt Sowards, tough, gritty linebacker, sophomore, makes the stop.
Well, it's going to set up an interesting play, 4th and 3. Give it to Abercrombie on the outside, see if you can outrun everybody to the wide side of the field toward the Spring Valley bench, or you pull out tackle guard, something, a little counter tray, and see if you can't catch him to get to 3 yards. That's the favorite part of X&O and coaches. Yeah, he's trying to get him jump. That's not a bad idea either.
And Smith will call the timeout. You think about that first quarter play for Spring Valley. They had it in all three facets, offense, defense, and special teams, and they lead at 28-3 here on FNR. Time now for our Friday Night Rivals Smile Cam, sponsored by Mountain State Oral and Facial Surgery. Restore your smile with same-day smile. Schedule an appointment online with Mountain State Oral and Facial Surgery. Great to have you with us here on this third Friday in the month of September. Wonderful night for high school football. Tonight's Friday Night Rivals showdown between Spring Valley and Hurricane, being sponsored in part by your Par-Mar stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar store near you now, you will soon. So Spring Valley with the football, fourth down situation, and they lead it by a 28-3 count. Smith is the quarterback. This would be the first pass of the game, and he's got it to Abercrombie, makes the catch, and falls just short of the down marker.
And if he puts that ball right on his numbers, he's going to catch and go. But he had to leap up in the air and lost his footing. Good play call, though. That's the right idea, because he gets the ball. If he gets the ball, he's turning and going.
I think Robert Stegall made that call. Our great statistician, he had mentioned during the break they hadn't thrown a pass. And they heard him, and they almost got a first down, Robert.
Here's your pass, 1 for 1.
All right, so Hurricane, they get a stop. Longest drive of the night for Spring Valley. And now the Redskins will go to work here. Football at the 31. Ja'Kai Long at QB. And we'll hand it off. And it's Grace. Kylan Grace to the 35-yard line, gain of 4.
Well, it's a good first play opener. I mean, don't make a mistake. Get 4 yards. Set up 2nd and 6. There's a lot of things you can do in their offense. 2nd and 6, and get some confidence going.
Hand off to Velatombe, and Velatombe, good athlete, runs hard, takes a few to bring him down.
He did a nice job turning and spinning up in there after he made contact. I mean, that's a heck of a job just to get something out of that.
Bo Christopher in on the stop. McGrew lines up in that H-back spot for Hurricane. And it looks like Spring Valley wants to call timeout. You know, Donnie Mays, we mentioned he's a Herbert Hoover graduate. We were at Herbert Hoover last week for that historic opener in the new stadium. Had a chance to see our great friend Jerry Legg. Donnie started coaching in middle school with Jerry on the football field, and then, of course, worked with Joe Eddie Cowley, Steve Stoffel Sr., Fred Myers, the late Andy Grogg. He's been with some great people. John Messenger, of course, at South Charleston.
Those are good people right there, Mark. Those guys care about kids. Those guys put the best in for the kids. And at not a very big salary to do it, as much effort as they put in.
Long State coaching legend Mick Price, Hannah Klein on the sideline, and our wonderful F&R crew, Mark Martin. Thank you so much for joining us here on our 4th installment of the season of the Par-Mar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Hope you are enjoying it on our many platforms. It's 3rd down and 4. Beautiful McGee Field, Redskins Stadium here on the campus of Hurricane High School. Ja'Kai Long hands it off. Velatombe bouncing off of defenders, and Velatombe not going to go down easily and takes it to the Spring Valley 44-yard line.
That's a championship effort, Mark. He was hit, could have gone down, kept twisting and turning. That was a great job running the ball.
19-yard gain by Velatombe. Another first down brought to you by Optimum. Give it to Velatombe again, and straight ahead he goes. Noah Velatombe to the 40-yard line. Velatombe, list him at 6'185", a junior. He has already received an offer from Miami of Ohio. Velatombe gets the call again, and Velatombe rumbles for yardage. First down gain.
Really good job, and a great job by the wideout over here who got his hands up in the air so he wouldn't get called for a hold or hitting somebody in the back. He did a really good job.
Another first down. Redskins on the move here. And just feed Velatombi again, and they were waiting on him, but he still manages a few there.
Yeah, but with the effort that he's making, he's going to get a break here. With the effort he's making, it's going to take more people at the point of attack for Spring Valley to get in there and stop this run, which will set up their play action or a movement for the outside.
Christopher and McFeely brought him down. Taylor is now checked in, and Taylor gets the call. Keep it on the ground here, and Taylor banging hard for yardage there as he collides with Abercrombie.
Neither one of those boys are going to back down. That's why they say football is a collision sport, Mark. Other sports are contact.
We saw
That's
there.
a collision.
That puts Hurricane in the red zone, sponsored by Glenville State University. 3rd down and 4. And Long wants to keep it, and they sniff it out. Good defensive play there by Spring Valley.
Well, it says good defensive discipline. All week they've probably been working on don't get caught up in there. Watch your eyes, get your reads, key your reads, know what you're doing. And he stayed right on him, and he didn't get sucked in too far to be able to make that play. Defense stepped up, made a big play right there, Mark. 4th and 11. Interesting to see what they do here. Maybe a little bit too far for a field goal right here. Mark, I was always concerned about a trick play right here. I mean, you might not be able to run it for 11. You might not be able to throw it because of good defense and a pass rush. But I was always worried about, a flanker screen, a reverse, a double pass, something right here to keep, because the defense is going to be pretty aggressive here. I thought, man, I'll tell you. So you got to make sure your kids play their keys and stay in their, locked in. Don't let your eyes fool you here.
See the rushing yards on the evening. And the passing yards. And the total damage done so far for the two offenses. Now 4th down and 11, ball at the 27. So they'll empty out the backfield. Hurricane has dominated time of possession, but they trail, looking to put points on the board. Long looking, and Long going to keep it, and Long will be knocked out of bounds. That was Bray Booth coming over. It's going to be close.
I think he may have got it, Mark. He got it. We had talked about that earlier, Mark, about the importance of the containment of keeping him there. Yeah, first down.
Boy, great job by Ja'Kai Long.
It was a great play. Great play.
Heard so much about him as a passer coming into the game, but showing off his skills.
Well, they needed that one, Mark. They needed to keep this drive going. 5:40 on the clock. Still in the second quarter. They need to get in and get a score in. Get some confidence going to the half.
Hand it off, and rumbling ahead is Grace. They've done a good job here. They've used Grace, Velatombi, Taylor.
Well, they've got a lot of weapons, Mark. That's why I'm saying they're never going to be out of this game. They've got weapons. So, any one of those guys can get loose or break it at any time.
Long and company ready to go. Give it to Grace again, and Grace fighting it to the outside, and he'll be jammed in there. Kylan Grace, Dad John had that great career at Marshall and then played in the Canadian Football League. Grace comes out. 3rd down and 3 from the 9 with Velatombi lined up. And he gets the call. Velatombi trying to dash to the outside. They'll slow him up.
It's going to be a little short, Mark.
Dylan Robertson there to make the play for Spring Valley.
Probably need a good 1.5 yards, 2 yards. If they go down, play. Go.
Fourth and 1. Long gets the snap, gives it to Velatombi, who finds the end zone.
Great call. They run outside, get him up inside. Great job.
Noah Velatombi takes it in from the 7-yard line. Touchdown sponsored by Marshall University. And the Redskins were with that first TD of the game.
And maybe they can breathe now, Mark, and just play. Not feel like the pressure's on them right here. Just get out and play like they know they can.
Will Mitchell with Grayson Maddox as the holder. Jonah Wilfong is the snapper.
Here he goes right up the middle. He breaks the tackle right there. And you don't make that tackle, you're not going to make that play. Great job.
Redskins on the board with a touchdown to make it 28-10 here on FNR. Time for an OVP Health kickoff as Hurricane has scored its first touchdown. Ohio Valley Health, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. 13 plays, 69 yards, 5 minutes exactly. Velatombi scores. Our scoring summary brought to you by Mark A. Hunt and Associates. Maddox kicks it off, and Abercrombie, who has kickoff return for a touchdown in this game, spinning around and will be smothered there at the 15-yard line.
Great job by the kicking team from Hurricane. Coming down, didn't let him get to the outside, made him turn back in where they had individuals coming down their lanes. Really good job. Now it starts. Spring Valley has to go deep with 3:31 left in the first half here. if they can get a 3 and out right here and score again, who knows? 28-17 the half looks a lot better, doesn't it, Mark?
Grayson Maddox, it all started with his kick. It was tough to field. He's the starting keeper for the Hurricane boys soccer team. They're 10-1-1. He's a 3-year starter. Lost his father to cancer this summer. Maddox is very notable Wayne County family, major supporters of Marshall, all brothers, graduates of Buffalo Wayne High School. That's where Brad Dingus went to high school. So, outstanding athlete flag comes down as Spring Valley wants to keep it on the ground here. Leading it by 18 at the moment.
Not good when the referee calls it from back here. He saw something. Could be a hold.
And he's talking there with Alan Settle, another great official. Talking every week, Mick. As Bill Mangus surveys it all.
He's going to ask the coaches if they want. That's what a good crew does. They go over and say, "You want this or not? You want to make a second and 10 or what?" See, that's good officiating. That's what it's supposed to be.
Officials are needed in this state and beyond, in not just football, all sports, but certainly it takes a big crew in this sport each and every Friday night. So the football is at the 16. Aaron Clark there, number 99, 280-pounder. Abercrombie.
Good job.
Doesn't take much, though, for Abercrombie, but 4 yards there, and then they...
No, but 4 yards,
get him down.
Not 40. I mean, they got inside. They kept him inside. They didn't let him get outside, and they filled pretty quickly.
Bring up 3rd down and 6.
I don't think you're going to think anything too crazy out of Spring Valley right here, Mark. They probably like to, if they can get a 1st down on a run or something like that, okay, we'll take it. If not, they'll let that clock run and punt. Unless her can get another timeout.
And they've attempted one pass here thus far in the game. Play clock is down to 1. Boy, they got it off. Here's Smith. Shoots it out, and that one is over the head of the intended receiver. And there were some red jerseys in the vicinity there.
That's going to stop the clock, Mark. And that's exactly what Hurricane needed it to do. And you get it. Then you get a 3 and out, and the clock stopped, and now they get a good return and put it down their area, and they're right back in business again.
Cole Ferguson was the intended receiver. So Micaiah Riddle with Dews back deep. Ball's at the 20. Smith is the long snapper.
And he definitely punted away from him. At the 41, Mark. Well, they've got good field position. They're back up against their own red end zone or anything like that. They got plenty of room to operate. And every coach on Thursday, most times on Thursday, will go through their 2-minute offense. So we're going to see a little bit of Hurricane 2-minute offense right here. And where they want to get up to the ball and snap it, or get up in the ball and down it, or throw to the outside so the clock stops, or if they run it, get to the outside, get out of bounds.
The 38-yard punt for Spring Valley's Micaiah Riddle.
With no return. That's important.
Long steps up, and Long in trouble, and again Long manages to escape from going down. With full head of steam in him was Bray Booth, who's had the outstanding first half of action here.
He got out of bounds, Mark, which allowed him to stop the clock. I mean, you're just playing for down right here now with 1:49 left in the second quarter.
Bo Christopher got him out of bounds.
Still want to take a snap. Oh, good blocks out here.
Throw it to Dews and get him in
see him
open
trying
space.
to get out of bounds. See, it kept the clock going.
Tackle made by Garrett Wagner. Wagner coming into tonight's game with 3 interceptions on the season for Spring Valley.
This is probably going to be a run.
Get it into the hands of Grace.
It's 4th down, and they did not make it.
Ethan Knoll.
And the clock's running.
Yeah, coming up with the big defensive play there. There'll be 4th down and 1 here.
Can get a 2 count, Mark? Can I get a 2 snap or something like that to draw them?
Hand it off straight ahead, and Velatombe got the first down.
He's going to get the first down. And they've stopped the clock. They got to get ready to get back on the ball right now. Because they're going to clock it as soon as he gets in. There it is. It's already clocked.
Owen Duffy is the center. Snaps it to Long. Long guns it on the near side. Nice catch made.
But he didn't get out of bounds.
Laying out there with.
Now we got a penalty.
Making the grab, and we got a penalty away from the football.
I don't know if it's for a lineman downfield. Yep. He was down there.
It was a terrific catch made by Dews. Laid out. That's a tough one, Mick.
It is. It is a tough one. Just a little lack of discipline right there. But Marker's still 41 seconds left. I mean, this team is explosive, and we've seen what they can do.
Ja'Kai Long. Let's go of it, and that one out of bounds.
Oh, you're going to see where he goes down, and he just stops at about the 28-yard line, and Spring Valley's kid's still moving if he just stops and comes back.
J. Anthony Grimes there on the play for Spring Valley defensively on the pressure applied to Long. Hand it off. And here's Velatombe.
He gets out of bounds. Good job. Good run. Get some. Get closer to first down.
So it will be 4th down now.
It's all right, but they got a little bit more. So you don't have to, go for 22 yards or something like that. It's going to be 4th and 9. It's makeable. Oh, 3rd and 9. They're ineligible. There's a stop. Oh, man.
Long, they got him around the ankles, and they'll take him down. He just could not get away.
He's got to throw it away. You got to throw that away. You can't take a sack.
Clamping down was Logan Harris. Now Hurricane calls a timeout. Spring Valley leads the series 11-7. They have won 5 in a row. Won last year 31-28. So in the string of victories, 27-3, 28-7, 34-6, 21-7. And again last year 31-28. Hurricane has a 3-game winning streak in this series. They defeated Spring Valley twice in the 2010 season, once in the regular season, then in the playoffs, and then continued that into 2011. And 2 playoff games between the programs. Hurricane won 39-17 and lost 34-6.
Well, this one's going to go down the annals because this has been an interesting first half already with probably a lot more fireworks than anybody expected from Spring Valley, and maybe not as much as everybody thought they'd get out of Hurricane. Oh, man.
4th and 14, and the flag out again.
illegal participation. Drives coaches nuts, Mark. You just come out of a timeout. You told everybody what they're doing, and now you get too many guys on the field.
Fourth and 19. Football at the 44. Long. And he will be taken down. Good job again by Spring Valley defensively. Tell you what, Bo Christopher's come in here and played some good defense. And now
8.6.
Yeah, see if
Gonna throw one down.
Brad Dingus wants to give a shot here to end it all. What's been a very productive first half. Long kickoff return for a touchdown. Long run for a touchdown. A special teams touchdown.
Well, it looks like they're huddling, Mark.
They're taking advantage of mistakes and turnovers.
And something's going on, or they wouldn't be huddling. Saw him get everybody back there.
Got McGuire in at quarterback. He's the passer of the two, and he will be taken down.
Yeah, he looked like a face mask, but wasn't called. Hey, good job holding on to the ball.
Yeah, Shalik Hampton made the play there. Son of Willie Hampton, former Capital High great. And Spring Valley coming in here 0-3, and they lead it at halftime over the 2-1 Hurricane Redskins by a count of 28-10. Now let's head down to Hannah Klein following this first half of action. Hannah?
Well, Coach, your team came out strong in the first half. Talk a little bit about that.
We made some plays on special teams. Kind of did some little overload formations. They didn't line up right, and we took advantage of it and capitalized on some turnovers.
Well, what's your team's next approach?
We got to keep the mojo going, all right? You got to keep the momentum up and, kind of keep them from making big plays. And we got to have some more sustained drives on offense.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Guys, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Hannah. Coming up, our Huntington Mall halftime report. We will salute our Todd Judy Ford Scholar athletes. In addition, we will take you inside the two high schools for a peek at a couple of great academic programs, and we will bring you some of the great highlights from the first half. Break it all down for you. 24 minutes in the books. It's all coming up on our Huntington Mall halftime report. The Huntington Mall invites you to discover all the great dishes their restaurants have to offer. Dine in, enjoy the patio, or eat in your car. It is the great dining adventure at the Huntington Mall. The Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Spring Valley on top of Hurricane here on the campus of Hurricane High, 28-10. We are back with our halftime coverage in a moment.
So this is a big check brought to you by Big Sandy Superstore. Now I'm here with Hurricane High School's athletic director. Now $500 going directly to you guys. What exactly do you think these funds will go towards?
Well, we've got a lot of things that it might go towards. Ultimately, it's really not my call, but I know we just increased our huddle package this year, and that would be one possibility, but we're just so grateful for this contribution. Thank you so much.
And talk a little bit about the students, the staff, and faculty, and talk about the importance of this.
Well, as you know, I mean, it takes a village, and there's so many costs associated with doing all these things for young people, athletics specifically. There's a lot of non-revenue sports that don't bring in the money that our football program brings in. So we're always conscientious about that and spreading the wealth. So we just have great kids here and great staff, and we'll find a good use for this.
Well, congratulations again. $500 going to Hurricane High School, and thank you so much, Big Sandy Superstore.
All right, Hannah Klein, thank you so much, and we thank Jeff Knoll and the great folks here at Hurricane High School, McGee Field, Redskins Stadium, for allowing us to showcase their wonderful school facility on this third Friday in September on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals game of the week. Hurricane and Spring Valley, what a difference a half makes. And we look at Spring Valley, 106 total yards, Hurricane 105 total yards. Spring Valley with just 15 plays, Hurricane with 48. There have been turnovers in the game, too, by Hurricane. Time of possession dominated by Hurricane. Spring Valley leads at 28-10. And I think one thing that would stand out at me, Mick, too, was 7 penalties by Hurricane, none for Spring Valley.
Exactly, Mark. And those things they shoot you in the foot and they drive coaches crazy and they kill drives and they take a little momentum away from people, and they've got to cut that out. So hopefully at the half they had time to go up there and readjust and say, look, the last 2 times we've had possession of the ball, we've driven it. We've been able to push the ball down we get some stops and we get a couple scores here. Everything's important. Everything's in motion then. Yeah,
Hurricane will have the football to begin this second half. Again, there were a lot of outstanding plays in this first half of action, and kind of started on a bad note for Spring Valley. Smith had trouble with the snap and couldn't get it clearly into the hands of Abercrombie, but then it is the Timberwolves coming right back and getting the interception there by Dylan Robertson, and that would lead to this. Abercrombie goes 82 yards for the touchdown. And just like that, Spring Valley was on the board, really showed his great speed there, Mick. Man, he really turned on the Jets once he got to the sideline, and they really needed that. And I'm sure he had a little burr in his pocket, but simply because, he got fumbled the first time, and then he got in on a punt. And Ray Booth there making the great play there. And then after a field goal by Hurricane, Abercrombie back to work again. Hauls it in and turns on the Jets and goes 97 yards to make it a 21-3 game. And he would later score from 8 yards out, and just like that, it is a 28-3 count. Hurricane finally getting into the end zone. Noah Velatombe scores, and that's where we stand here at halftime, 28-10 on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals game of the week. And Hannah Klein is down on the field with the head coach of the Redskins, Donnie Mays. Hannah?
Well, Coach, a little bit of turbulence in the first half of the game. A little bit of turbulence in the first half of the game. Talk a little bit about that.
It was a bad first quarter. We played the way we played last week against George Washington. Kind of settled down a little bit in the second, but we got to get a hat for a hat, play football, and we got to get the ball to our guys. That's all that it comes down to it. And defensively, we got to make sure that we wrap up number 4. He's a good ball player.
Thank you, Coach. Guys, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Hannah. Well, Donnie Mays and his crew, they got work to do, but they have the pieces in place to get it done, and certainly you come out here in this second half, and one good feeling you have to start is the fact you're going to have the football in your hands.
Absolutely, and I have a feeling that back there in the locker room, I'm saying, look, we don't have to get it all right now. But what we do have to do is get a drive together and put some pressure on their defense and push it down there, and maybe we can get one on the board. And if it's 20, you look up and it's 28-17, the next thing you know it's 28-24. Sometimes teams don't play as well with the lead. So, and obviously, Spring Valley hasn't had that with losing their first 3 games. So I'm looking forward to the second half, Mark, because there's been some great plays in the first half already, and I think we haven't seen the best of Hurricane yet, and we may this half.
So the captains will meet at midfield. Hurricane sending out number 10, William Hill. They talked to Bill Mangus, our referee for tonight's game. And the captain, couldn't see his number there, 13, Ethan Null for Spring Valley. And Spring Valley has won 5 straight, trying to make it 6 in a row in this series.
Well, Mark, you finally got the weather you wanted.
I did.
It got a little cool when the sun went down.
It's football season. It should be.
That's what I mean. After that 8 o'clock or, whatever it was, 80 something at 5 o'clock. And then next thing you know, the sun goes down. And there's some people with some sweatshirts on, some hoodies tonight. So I know you love this time of the year.
I do. I love the weather. And great to have all of you with us here on this September 15th. Time for the OVP Health Kickoff, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. And kicking off for Spring Valley will be Micaiah Riddle. Riddle with 4 extra points there in that first half of play. Michael Terrell, Julian Grace are back deep for Hurricane. Riddle puts his foot into it. Grace gathers it at around the 8. And Grace takes it to the 21-yard line. An injured Spring Valley player at the 25-yard line, trying to get up very slowly. That's Logan Harris, and Harris made some nice plays in that first half, and he's up, and that's a good sign.
You're not going to keep him out tonight. He's a good player. There he goes, back in. He's not allowed to, but he was hurt on the play, and he goes out. He's got a set of play.
Tonight's Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week streaming on Facebook Live, being sponsored by Jan Dills, Attorneys at Law. Car wreck? Call Jan Dills, Attorneys at Law. Ja'Kai Long and the Redskins from the 22. And Velatombe. Bottled up there pretty nicely by the Spring Valley defense.
Yeah, it was a good first down play. Good, solid first down play. Got 4 yards. It's in the 2nd and 6. Good job of getting it out, holding on to the ball.
Tristan Watts. They will give him 3. 2nd and 7. Deron Parks, the big sophomore tackle there, trying to get all the equipment situated. Long looking to throw, and Spring Valley, they've done a good job bringing pressure, and they do so again.
Yes, they do. And they keep him in the pocket where it's going to keep him, from using these legs to get to the outside. We got a Spring Valley boy down.
Well, that is Bray Booth, who's been outstanding in this game.
He's got a couple cramps there. They got both legs up.
There's a touchdown in this game.
I'll tell you what, Mark. Until you've been an athlete and you're laying in the middle of the bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're sound asleep, and you wake up to that knot on the back of your leg that's about the size of your fist. You just haven't really experienced something like that. And people think, what are they doing? Why are they pushing out the – man, that thing will bring you out of anything, won't it?
We touched upon the Spring Valley coaching staff in the first half. Donnie Mays with Jeff Humphreys, defensive coordinator. Lamar Martin, great player at Oak Hill High School. Had a chance to cover Lamar when he was starring for the Red Devils. Chris Lease on the defensive line. Delvin Johnson played at Marshall. Spent a little time with Washington in the NFL. Martin Ward was a great running back at Marshall. Had a great bowl game. Jack Gammon, wide receivers. Booth comes off. Devontae Porter spent time at Furman and UC. Greg Jeter. Two excellent coaching staffs in this game. Battling it out here in the Mountain State Athletic Conference.
It's turned into quite a conference this year, too, Mark. Their top end is heavy.
Now Huntington, as we checked halftime scores, leading George Washington, who was coming off the big win over this Hurricane team, and Long fires it out, and the catch will be made by LaRon Dews Hall. He's Tyshawn Dews' younger brother, very athletic, shifty. He's getting some offers and makes the grab. Our first downs here in this third quarter, sponsored by the University of Charleston. So fresh set of downs for Long and the Redskins, and here's Velatombe back to work, and he runs hard to near midfield, and I think, Mick, he got the first down again.
Yeah, I think he did too, Mark, and we got another kid from Spring Valley down, Mark. Looks like he got an ankle or something, but man, he is running hard up in there. But the offensive line's starting to do a good job too. They're starting to create some places where these backs can get up in there, so that's a big deal.
Cam Purdue, player is up, but he's going to go off, and Zach Turner will check in. Check that. Will McClure will check in for Spring Valley. Huntington High was picked to win it in the MSAC Coaches Poll preseason by Wally's and Wimpy's Digest. Hurricane was the number 2 team. Midland, George Washington, and Spring Valley. That was the top 5. Ja'Kai Long guns it out. Catch made by Tyshawn Dews. And Dews turning on the Jets. And another Hurricane first down.
There is a playmaker. Great job catching the ball in his hands, turn, plant to the inside, get to that sideline, Mark. Watch his plant. Bam, and get to the sideline. Great block by his fellow teammate right there.
Velatombe carves his way for big yardage. Is that Hurricane offensive line going to work here?
Seems like they're playing with a little more confidence, doesn't it, Mark? I mean, since they've got put some points on the board at the end of the half and doing a bit better job, starting to carve a little bit.
Ray Booth made the stop. Here's Long out to Dews. Dews taken down, but another nice gain there. Garrett Wagner makes the stop on Dews.
He's a hard man to handle out there with the moves he has and great hands.
And first down, sponsored by the University of Charleston. They are now in the Glenville State University red zone. And here is Velatombe just fighting his way toward the goal line. Did he get in? Mark him down at the 1 yard line. What a run by Velatombe.
Absolutely. That was a great, great effort.
And Hurricane right back to work. And there is Velatombe into the end zone.
What a drive.
Great way to get it started here. Down 28-10. Well, little by little, that's the message there. And Velatombe greeted there by Lamar Martin.
Well, they know what effort he's been making.
Will Mitchell will attempt the point after. Grayson Maddox will be the holder. Jonah Wilfong is the short snapper. Did that in a hurry, didn't they?
Oh, my. This may be assessed on the kickoff mark as opposed to the extra point.
Trying to make it a 28-17 game.
16.
If they can get this extra point.
Okay.
The penalty's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
Yep.
Try to make it a 28-17 game here. Mitchell puts it up, and Mitchell puts it through.
Here you go, Mark. You can see right inside. Look at those 2 blocks inside. Gives him enough down inside, and they're cleaning up. Gets it in there. Uses strength in these legs. And gets it to 17, 28-17, 9:16 left in the third quarter. What an opening drive for the Redskins.
Our scoring summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. 9 plays, 78 yards, takes 2:44 off the clock.
Now, if you're Spring Valley right here, you really want to be able to get the ball back up here and manage 2 or 3 first downs to take away, some of the momentum that Hurricane's getting back. But if they go 3 and out and they give this ball back to Hurricane, I look for Hurricane to go right back down the field again because they've got a little momentum and some confidence here. And this is probably going to go well in the end zone, so they're going to get it on the 20.
Belatombe now with 5 touchdowns on the season. He came into this game 16 carries, 149 yards. Now the penalty was against Spring Valley, so Maddox, who has a great leg to begin with, doesn't need much help.
Yeah, he doesn't need much help.
Go for an onside kick attempt here. And good job there fielding it. Nice job by Spring Valley's Logan Henson. And so Spring Valley now takes over the football here as they lead at 28-17. Led from the outset 7-0, 14-0, was 14-3, 21-3, 28-3. And now Hurricane has scored back-to-back touchdowns, one at the end of the first half and one to begin the second half. We'll start out with McGuire at quarterback.
Played well by the defense, Mark. Stringing it out.
Yeah, trying to swing the Cole Ferguson wide there.
There's a loss of 4.
Grace makes the stop for Hurricane. Bring up a 2nd and 13. Hand it off here to Abercrombie. And Abercrombie just absolutely nowhere to go. And Grace and Noshawn Hampton. Shalik Hampton's younger brother, freshman cornerback there, and he and Grace doing a nice job of preventing Abercrombie from going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, they've run one to the east and one to the west, Mark, so we're going to see what's going to happen here, and both of them were for negative yardage.
McGuire.
Screen.
Guns it, and that's going to be picked off.
LeBron
Dewes Hall. And just like that, Hurricane with a defensive touchdown to draw closer to Spring Valley.
Old Dr. Moe can change uniforms at any time, and he certainly has. We got a lot of hop in our step over here in a red uniform and people walking with their shoulders down on the opposite sideline. And they just need to gather themselves a little bit. And Mark, there's 8:07 left in the third. It's not like okay, there's not much time left. Man, we got a quarter and 8:07 left.
A 44-yard interception return for a touchdown. Well, we've had two special teams touchdowns in this game, both by Spring Valley. And now here is Hurricane.
They're going for two, Mark. It's 23. They get two, it's 25, and that way a field goal ties it. But they're going to have to take a timeout because they don't have everybody out there.
(28, 23) our score. Trailed at 28-3, and since then they have rang the wake-up call bell, and suddenly we have ourselves a game. Mick, we love doing these games every Friday night, and we haven't had one quite like this.
No, but I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in Hurricanes halftime. I mean,
now why is that? Because you are a coach.
Because
you've said it all to your teams down through the years.
But I want to hear someone else. I want to hear someone else. What is your strategy, and how are you going to do it, and how are you going to get the kids to believe it? It don't matter what you think as a coach. If you can't get the 11 guys out there in your uniform, same color, to agree with it and do it, it don't matter. It's just words.
All right, here they go. Grace in the backfield with Long. Flip it to Dews. Dews looks for the opening. He's spinning his way. Got it.
What a play.
There is a flag down.
Yeah, I see. There may be a hold here. It's awful far in the middle.
Bill Magnus with the call. Shot block as Bill Magnus gives us the official word from the official.
Man. Hope they didn't hit the players as hard as Mangus hit his knees to show it. Pretty emphatic about it.
That's going to send the football to the 18-yard line.
And the coach is going to get that sheet out that says extra point, 18-yard line.
Well, Long is out there.
He's got time. Oh.
Launches out on the near side, and catch made there by Dews.
Great defense, Mark.
And Dews Hall goes down. LaRon Dews Hall, who had the 44-yard TD return for a touchdown to make it a 5-point game. Another look here. Good pressure came, and Dews leaps up and takes it back to the end zone.
It's a terrible, terrible feeling for a quarterback.
They had pressure being applied there by Aaron Clark. And LaRon Dews Hall puts it in. 5-point difference here in Hurricane on FNR. Valley Bank. Polka Valley Bank leverages the value of your home and explores all the possibilities with a Polka Valley Bank home equity line of credit. Polka Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Hannah Klein, and not only is she a talented sideline reporter, bringing us great information, talking to coaches, but she knows how to handle the Polka Valley Bank T-shirt gun.
Setting her up, practice for squirrel season.
All right, it's time for an OVP Health kickoff, and it will be Maddox teeing it up for Hurricane. Hurricane staring at a 25-point deficit, and they have shaved it down to 5 here with 8:07 to go in the third. Great to have all of you with us here on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals game of the week. And Maddox with the onside kick, and did Spring Valley come away with it? They did. Boy, Hurricane had it.
Yes.
They had it.
Well, a very good kick, Mark. Really executed well.
Miguel Kane came up with it for the Redskins, but boy, I mean, Maddox did his job, and just unfortunate for Hurricane. Otherwise, they'd have that football right back in their hands, and so big break there for Spring Valley.
Spring Valley's got to get something going, Mark. They've been a little stagnant the last 2 or 3 possessions, and they need to get some consistency here on offense and get something going so they can get themselves going again.
McGuire stays in at quarterback. Fakes it to Abercrombie, and McGuire, pretty big body.
Yeah.
And he takes off with it. Liam McGuire, 6 foot, 175. 15 pounds heavier than Jamison Smith. McGuire goes over, gets the play from the Spring Valley coaching staff. Spring Valley made up of Old Cerrito Canova High School, Buffalo Wayne High School, and Huntington Vincent High School. McGuire keeps again, and McGuire lunging, maybe for one.
Yeah, back to the line. That seems like their bread and butter with him. That's the old counter tray. We're pulling that guard and tackle, kick out and lead up. Big down right here, Mark. And you notice, if you watch Hurricanes kids, Mark, they're playing with a little bit more aggression right now. I mean, they're getting after it right now because they know this was close. All of a sudden, they've got right back in this.
And just about everything that could go right for Spring Valley did in the first half. And we're going to have movement here, and that, I believe, will be assessed against Spring Valley.
3rd and 8. That changes everything. Now, it's not like Spring Valley's had the most success passing the ball. Maybe they could screen here, maybe they could do something else, but I don't think they're going to try to allow him to throw back unless it's a slant or something. It's just it's either an incomplete or a complete. I mean, no, just guessing with it.
Bill Mangus gives us the call. The officials will pick up his laundry. Larry McCoy, the director of the officials for the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission, had an opportunity to be there earlier this week for media committee meeting. One of the great folks there with that meeting, led by the new executive director, David Price. McGuire rolls. McGuire wants to keep, and McGuire keeps fighting, and he will take it.
It's going to be close, Mark.
To the 43-yard line, maybe.
He's going to be closer than I think anybody anticipated. They're looking at it. Yeah, they're going to measure it. He made a heck of an effort right there, Mark, to get it to right there. Now they can do a lot of things.
Never easy, too. It was a called pass play, and never for sure sometimes, but rolling to his left, not easy to do for the right-handed quarterback, and then to tuck it and run. I'll stretch it out here. And it's going to be a little shy. So Mangus gives us the distance required for Spring Valley to keep the football.
You know, a coach has a lot of options here. He can go on two, or he can run motion, or move people, you know, just at the last second to try to get them to jump off. Now it requires some discipline from Hurricane, and you better be ready if they run a sneak or they whatever. Now, I'm not going to run a sneak with the quarterback back in the backfield like that, but you can run in there to get a yard.
McGuire takes off, and McGuire bangs ahead, and let's see what kind of spot they got.
He got a good one. Hey, that was a good call by the coaching staff at Spring Valley. They needed that to keep this clock running, to give their kids some confidence offensively. Because, man, in the first half, Mark, they were just going 90 miles an hour. And, you know, they had all kind of things going right. And they've kind of stumbled from the, 5-6 minute mark in the second quarter.
Fresh set of downs for Spring Valley. Bill Mangus, the referee, Joe Turley, the umpire, Tom Aloise, the head linesman, the line judge, Alan Settle, Herb Hively is the field judge, and Bob Euler is the side judge. First down play. Abercrombie finds some daylight. Abercrombie trying to keep his feet in bounds and takes it inside the 5.
Wow. What an effort. Just a game breaker, Mark. One of the best we've seen. I mean, he can just do so many things. You're going to see him cut back here in a minute, and he just leaves everybody standing. It's a heck of a run.
First downs in this third quarter, sponsored by the University of Charleston.
Here he comes. There's the kick out. And then he reads up there, and they have no contain on that side. And the blocker did a good job just kind of staying there and not trying to do anything. So he's out of bounds right there.
Great play. 39-yard pickup by Abercrombie. What a night he has had. An 82-yard touchdown run, a 92-yard kickoff return. McGuire takes the direct snap, and McGuire fighting. Did he get in? He did.
Yep. And a penalty. And another one.
So McGuire lining up there in the gun, just took the snap and surged straight ahead. Now we'll sort out some flags. Take it away, Bill Mangus.
There you go.
All right. Outstanding job by our lead official. And now Spring Valley will line it up here for Micaiah Riddle.
Good answer by Spring Valley, Mark. Good answer. Hey, good catch on that extra point, Mark.
Kick is up, and good night for Riddle. Continues on here. And now Hurricane had all the momentum in the world, and Spring Valley quieted it down just a bit here. Long way to go in this one. Spring Valley 35, Hurricane 23. A good one here in Hurricane on FNR.
Well, they call her Mama Dawn, a familiar face in the halls of Spring Valley High School. During halftime, Spring Valley cheerleaders were passing around buckets to honor Miss Dawn. Dawn says she was teaching for 18 years, but during her birthday, she was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. Dawn says although she's been battling rounds of treatment, she's learned that the cancer has spread to several areas in her body. Donations today will go help her travel expenses as she travels to Texas for treatments and help her family's necessities. Now, she told me that she's a fighter and she will get through this.
All right, Hannah, we thank you so much for that report, and our prayers will continue for her. Her team has just soared back into a double-digit lead, popping this one up.
Out of bounds.
Is Riddle on the OVP Health kickoff.
This is going to come to about the 36 mark.
Time for our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring summary. 6 plays, 52 yards, 2:35 off the clock. McGuire scoring for Spring Valley on the 2-yard run.
Well, we're going to see if Hurricane's going to get up off the canvas and go into another round. They need to do it. They got to answer right here. You don't want to give Spring Valley another opportunity to get another score. You were almost within 3 just a few minutes ago.
Of course, you had that big 39-yard run by Abercrombie on that drive. He's now at 9 carries, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So Ja'Kai Long and company go right back to work and give it to the money man there, Velatombe.
He is a very good back. He's got great feet. He is shifty up in there. He does a really good job following these blocks.
Clock turning here with 5:07 and counting in this third quarter. Give it to Velatombe again. He's got a big hole. Velatombe, not an easy guy to bring down, be wrestled to the turf at the 10-yard line. Big rip by Noah Velatombe. Dylan Robertson with the touchdown saving tackle.
Here he comes right through the middle. There's the cut. Great cut, great vision. And he says, you know what? I'm going to put her down and we'll get as much as I can. They're going to kick me from both sides. That's fine. I'm going to keep hold of the ball.
42 yards goes Noah Velatombe. Now Long looking to throw. Long in trouble.
Do not take a sack.
Long will go down.
I was hoping he wouldn't take a sack.
Stop made by Logan Harris. Got good pressure there by Harris and Sam Booth.
Did you get in that situation, Mark? Instead of taking the throw it out of the end zone, throw it over their heads, but don't take the sack there. That's a loss of what? 8 yards, 9 yards? Man.
We'll bring up
8.
Second down, and they'll call it 19. Spring Valley with 6 sacks, Mick.
Yeah, they've had a good scheme, Mark.
Hand it off. Velatombe finds a crease.
Good cut.
Gets it to the 14-yard line. So 6-yard pickup for Noah Velatombe.
Mark, this is what I meant when I was saying throw it away. They lost 8 yards. I mean, you get that 6 yards in when it was the 1st and 10. Now it's 4, and you're inside the 10-yard line. It's a huge difference. Now it's 3rd and 13.
Got McGrew in there as a wing, number 15. Kai Long fakes it to Velatombe, rifles it into the end zone. Incomplete. And that brings up 4th down. Well, you got a good kicking game, and you don't want to come away totally empty here, Mick.
That's right. And he has a good, strong leg. So get some points on the board, get something out of it.
Mitchell had 11 extra points in that big win over Capital. He's got a 30-yard field goal here tonight.
31.
Maddox will be the holder. Kick is up.
Good.
And the kick is good. So a 30-yard field goal and a 31-yard field goal, and some discussion there.
No, great job by the officials. Those guys was down, there's blocking, the guys are coming after it, and, got a little feisty inside, and they came in and separated them, sent them back to the benches. That is a great job by the officials right there.
9-point game at 35-26 now. Our Mark A. Hunt and Associates scoring summary, 6 plays, 45 yards, 2:19 off the clock as Will Mitchell drills the 31-yard field goal. Some really good running on that drive by Noah Velatambe.
So Spring Valley is going to have to try to see. There's 3:20, 3:13, something like that left in the quarter. They need to put a couple drives together here to get off the clock, get into the fourth quarter. And if you're Hurricane, you need a 3-and-out right now. You only got 3 out of that. It could have been 7 if you hadn't taken the sack. But you only got 3 out of it. So you really need a good drive right now. And you need 3 stops. Isn't that what's great about it?
That's right. OVP Health kickoff. Maddox doing the honors here. Now
Okay.
Ferguson with the return.
Okay.
Helmick, one of the all-time greats from Hurricane High. He's going to kill me for putting up his picture of our great buddy Steve Lewis, who played here at Hurricane High and then moved on to WVU. When he left West Virginia University after the 78 season, he was the all-time leading receiver in WVU history, and one of the all-time great athletes here at Hurricane. And
great athlete.
That is Greg McGrew, the late Greg McGrew was a great coach here at Hurricane, McGrew's crew, and then went to Florida and was a great coach in the Sunshine State and passed away suddenly, and well remembered here. Was a native of Poca. And once he got to Florida, he loved the Gators, no doubt about that. Got to know Greg when I was just a real young sports writer. And as far as Steve is concerned, knew Steve through football, and Steve came and worked me out in the summer of 1979. And years later, we got reacquainted and dear friends. And knowing Steve, he may not be seeing that. I hope maybe he didn't see it.
Oh, someone's going to snap it. Someone's going to snap it. You're in trouble next time we see him.
But knowing Steve, he's probably getting his rest because tomorrow he's going to do disc golf, pickleball, and softball, and whatever else.
Well, he stays
in great shape.
He stays in great shape. But yeah, you're going to. There's going to be a counter to what you just did, Mark. So you don't get to do that to people. Of course, to his credit, that was a pretty nice fro for back here in the 70s.
That was the guy
impressive.
Who came to see me. He said he was going to come see me. I wrote him a letter. He said, I'll come see you and we'll work out. And he knocked at the wrong door. And when I came around the front door to greet him, that's the guy I saw there. But he is still, just as we said, in wonderful shape. The two of us ate spaghetti with him one day, and he didn't want any bread. But he did have 2 desserts.
Yeah.
He had apple pie and coconut cream.
He ran that off.
All right, Spring Valley back to work here in Abercrombie, and the ball is loose.
He got it back.
What a break for Spring Valley.
Man, oh man, oh man. That was the kind of break that Hurricane really needed. Good hit. Got his helmet on the ball. Here it comes, Mark. Here he's coming out the outside. He's got it with one hand, and boom. There it goes flying. Boy, I tell you what.
Grace ripped it loose there.
But look at the effort. Look at the effort to go get it.
Oh, boy, bounce.
Perfect
right
bounce. Good Lord. That's when you know things are going your way, isn't it?
All right, so that means a punting situation here.
Hey, they did what they had to do, Mark. They got a 3-and-out. I mean, Hurricane.
And Riddle loses the ball. And now Riddle takes off with it. Going to be bumped out of bounds.
Whew, hard. And they're going to get the ball at the 28-yard line.
A big hit over there by Shalik Hampton. And what a break for Hurricane. Well, we saw it happen to the Redskins on that end of the field.
I'm sure Donnie's been thinking, Mark, because he's had all kind of crazy things happen against him. And, you know, having lost last week, and the next thing you know, these things are happening against him. And the next thing you know, he looks up and says, oh, my gosh, we got a break. It went over the center over the punter's head. So,
see what? Didn't give Riddle credit there. He took off running with it. But Hurricane, great field position here. Give it to Velatombi, who has been a horse for the Redskins, and he takes it inside the 15 to the Glenville State University Red Zone. Our Red Zone sponsor, Glenville State University.
Blocking was great on that last play, Mark. Great. Kick out, lead up, and he does a nice job staying behind it.
And in the red zone,
they got it again.
First down, University of Charleston, and now into the end zone for the touchdown. Yep. Tell you what, don't have hardly time to get. We had the red zone, we had the first down, and now a touchdown sponsored by Marshall University and Velatombi, and Hurricane right back at it here at 35-32.
Man, those turnovers have hurt both teams this tonight, and that one right there on a high snap punt. Phew. Man, he runs hard. He really runs hard. He's got great footwork.
Mitchell out of the hold of Maddox and knocks it through to make it.
Here it is. Watch it kick out right there with 75. And then he gets up inside. Man, their offensive line has done a good job here in the second half, Mark. They have opened up some holes for these guys, and they are running with some authority up in there.
Scoring summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, attorneys at law. Just 2 plays, 27 yards, 15 seconds off the clock. Velatombi takes it in, and that comes after the special teams mistake by Spring Valley.
Special teams, pre-snap. I know you thought you was probably going to get on the air tonight, Mark.
I'm on the air.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. But I was going to say, we still got a quarter to go, and if it's going to be in Decatur, it may be midnight or after before we come out of here tonight. And I don't care. This has been an entertaining, great game. I mean, if you turned it off and you went and got a sandwich or something and come back, you're going, what? What happened? Well, it's been like this all night.
OVP Health Kickoff, formerly Ohio Valley Physicians, in business since 1999. Maddox set to put his powerful leg into this one. And he booms it. And
good decision.
Ferguson lets it go into the end zone.
Good decision. So with 1:10 left in the third quarter here, and they're going to have the ball at the 20-yard line, they really need to establish that run back up front. And then maybe they can do some play-action pass off of it so that Hurricane doesn't get 6-7 guys in the box and make it so tough. But they've got to dig down here a little bit because Hurricane's on the run. Sorry.
All right, next week, Mick, we'll see another team from Putnam County. The Polka Dots of head coach Seth Ramsey going to invade County Stadium in Spencer. We always enjoy going there. Paul Burdett and his Raiders coming off that historic undefeated season. One of your former players, Matthew Peary, on the coaching staff there at Roane County. I know you have great respect for Seth Ramsey and Paul Burdett, the head coach at Roane. So we look forward to that one. Hopefully it will be as entertaining as this one has been tonight. Abercrombie hammering his way for a few.
Well, Mark, that was about as close to the old CK offense as you could be. Hand to that back and pull that guard out of there and run him up in there. But they're just trying to be safe right here. They don't want to do something crazy. Probably get another play and then a quarter run out and try to, see what they can do. But they got to stay on top of this thing because another 12 minutes.
At one point, it was a 28-3 game.
Wow.
In favor of Spring Valley. And right now, the Timberwolves clinging to a 2-point advantage. McGuire wants to keep.
Fake. Good fake.
Stop made by Ethan Chill. Long, athletic, first-year starter, junior. That may have been our final play of the third quarter.
And what a quarter. Man, Hurricane come out of the dressing room, did what they had to do. Spring Valley retaliated or hanging back, and it's fourth quarter time. And all the hands are going up with fours on both sides. This will be an interesting end of game.
35-33, Mountain State Athletic Conference showdown at its very best. Away we go to the fourth quarter here on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Welcome back here to McGee Field inside Redskins Stadium. We showed you this picture in the third quarter, and just remembering the late Greg McGrew. McGrew's crew, he had quite a team, many seasons here at Hurricane, at 1982 squad. They reached the playoffs, and it was a little tougher back then. Mick Price, only 8 teams making it to the playoffs, and they were sidelined at East West Stadium against a great North Marion team, and that North Marion team would go on and play George Washington for the state championship at Lately Field. GW, the late Steve Edwards Sr., his team won that game. But Greg, very well respected here in Putnam County before moving on to Florida, and missed by all his family and friends here. Well, Mick Price, here we go.
12 minutes.
Fourth quarter, and it's a 35-33 game. At one point, it was a 28-3 Spring Valley lead.
Can't have pre-snap penalties.
Third down, and boy, they were waiting on that, and Clark with the huge defensive play. Absolutely nowhere to go was Will McClure.
Now, it's that punt. We know what happened last time.
Hurricane has not led in this game.
And they should be getting excellent field position, Mark.
An opportunity here. If they have the ball and all goes well on this punt, they're going to have the opportunity.
They may have jumped. Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
They have a penalty, but it looks like
they jumped. Oh, my gosh, almighty Mark. Hurricane jumped. And that's all they needed, 5 yards. Will give Spring Valley. Those are such key things in game. You got to keep your discipline.
That's going to be a first down. Our first downs here in this fourth quarter, sponsored by Optimum. Go faster, go farther with Optimum.
Man. How many times you think Donnie's going through tonight? Down there, he's had a million things happen in this game. Well, they got another chance here, Mark. Spring Valley, in order to, 11:15 on the clock, in order to come out, reestablish yourself, get a couple first downs, try to get some momentum, trying to keep the ball away from the offense. They haven't been able to stop Hurricanes offense, so not in that third quarter.
And Velatombi was impressive. So Liam McGuire stays in at QB. See a good shot there as Hyades Pratt flips it to him from that center position, and they get it to Abercrombie, who takes it for a few.
6 in a hurry, isn't it? You give a ball to him, man, he can make so many people.
Now they lost the football in the first offensive play of the game, but boy, they bounced back nicely. And Abercrombie, when they got it back following an interception, he took it 82 yards for a score. They got a special teams touchdown by Brave Booth. Mitchell connected on a 30-yard field goal for a Hurricane, and then on the kickoff, that guy there, number 4 Abercrombie, raced 97 yards for the score. Then he had another short TD run of 8 yards, and it was 28-3. And give Donnie Mays' crew credit. They have scratched and clawed and made it a 2-point game. And that's where we are right now. But, boy, just continuing to surge forward is Abercrombie as he takes it to the 45-yard line, 8-yard gain.
Mark, this is what I was talking about earlier. On first down, they got 6 yards. It changes everything. You don't have to get a first down on the next play, and you can make it just a short. But, man, with 4 yards to go, and then he almost popped that thing. He just kept going in there. And you got to wrap up right here now in this time of game. Hurricanes simply can't afford to let them score again. There may not be enough time.
McGuire keeps. Give McGuire credit here, Mick. He was not the starting quarterback that we knew they were going to use to, and McGuire's had some decent runs in this game.
Yeah, that's a bread and butter for Spring Valley. That's where you're going to fake it to Abercrombie, trying to get the linebackers out of there, and then pull a guard and a tackle and try to kick out, lead up, and get him in behind it because he's a good enough athlete. We saw what he could do earlier in the game. He can get behind people. I think he got, 9 yards on that one play that they ran the same thing on. So this needs to be a good play now. It's second and 9, so they got to come up with something where it's 3rd and short.
Abercrombie finds daylight for a moment, and then he is taken down. Good hard tackle there. Nice piece of tackling.
Yeah.
To hold him, Cohen Lusher.
To hold him 2-3 yards, and now it sets up 3rd and 5. I mean, it's huge.
Lusher, sophomore. You look at both of these rosters, and there are a lot of youngsters on both sides.
Yeah. Good-looking kids.
Third down play.
Announcers say it's stuff all the time. Huge play in the game. It just really is.
Give it to Abercrombie, and he's strung out and won't make the first down yardage.
Yep, punt her out of there. Punt it and hold him deep.
And good job by Hurricanes Wyatt Sowards. He strung it out, the linebacker.
Very good job defensively by Hurricane. I'm sure they're getting a talking to right now. Don't jump.
4th down and 5 here. Well, let's see.
Oh.
The offense out there. See, they just pull them off. Yeah, did so earlier.
That was out of a pump formation. So they're going to call timeout. That's good. That's a good thought. But a very good job defensively by Hurricanes, staying disciplined.
So Donnie Mays and his coaching staff will talk with the Redskins on the near side. Across the way, Brad Dingus. What an atmosphere here tonight at McGee Field. Field named after Jim McGee, great coach, has done so much for the programs. here at Hurricane High School, not just football, but all sports. Wonderful gentleman. Down to another wonderful individual, Hannah Klein. Hannah?
Well, Mark, I wanted to come over to the concession stand because there's parts of the game that people don't see, and this is a very interesting part. This is the band. This is a lot of their parents. It's actually Sarah. So you have a student that's part of the band, correct?
I do. Jada Brown. She's a sophomore. She's the only trombone player in the band.
And tell me, because I overheard you guys are kind of sold out of items. Tell me a little bit, what is some items that you guys have here?
Well, we sold Chick-fil-A sandwiches, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, pulled pork. We sell pizza, hot dogs, like a variety of candy, all the sodas.
Yeah. And you said all you have left is French fries, right?
Well, we even sold every single one. Like, we don't have a single, like, we have honey buttons left.
Yeah. And a lot of this is going towards the band directly.
It will. It'll all go towards the band directly. So, like, most of our stuff is donated by parents or like local things, and so we get to keep that, but we use it for competitions. But now we're saving up for uniforms, so like any help with the community is appreciated.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you guys letting me come in and bug you a little bit.
No, that's great.
Awesome. Well, Mark, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much. And yeah, a lot of dedicated
Awesome.
people
Cool. Well,
that work these games. And how about the play? While Hannah was there in the concession stand, we saw live action there, and they went for it, Mick, on fourth down, and here they are.
And a pass, and a great delay.
Abercrombie and Clark.
They were
He
coming.
read that beautifully takes down Abercrombie.
They were selling out, Mark. They're just saying, you're going to have to pass to beat us now. With 7 minutes on the clock, you're going to have to pass. We're not going to just let you guys run all over us. We're going to start sending people. A gap, B gap, whatever. We're going to start sending people, and if you can throw it, you can throw it.
35-33 game. We go under 7 minutes to play here. A 4-yard loss there. Timberwolves have not trailed here tonight. McGuire awaits the snap and takes it straight ahead. The ball's loose.
Oh, my goodness.
And Hurricane has it. And coming out of there with it for the Redskins is Shalik Hampton, the junior.
Yep.
Well,
they deserve. They got after it. They were getting after the ball. They were playing hard, and they got the stop and got a turnover. And, man, Spring Valley going to be on their heels a little bit right here, Mark. But they've made some championship plays tonight already, so wasn't like we didn't know it wasn't going to happen.
Well, this was the opportunity Hurricane wanted. Spring Valley was moving, trying to make it a 2-score game, and now it stays at that 2-point deficit. And Velatombe gets the call. Velatombe's got room. Noah Velatombe,
man.
Big gainer.
He has had a wonderful game, but it looks like we got a penalty back here, Mark.
Could be coming back. Bill Mangus has to deliver the bad news to the Hurricane faithful.
Holding. Oh, man. That is a killer. But, hey, let's go. Get back. Let's get it. First down. Let's get another one. What a great run, Mark. What that kid has played phenomenal tonight. And, all the credit goes up front, but he's played phenomenal tonight.
A very skilled, talented young man, number 7, as is number 6, who awaits the snap, and long.
Right here.
Guns it out, and the catch is made by LaRon Dews Hall, the sophomore.
Good job by Spring Valley. They did a nice job keeping him in there, making him throw it in a limited game.
Put the football at the 36-yard line. Second down. Owen Duffy is the center for Hurricane. Gets it into the hands of Long, who hands it to Bellatombi, who crashes for a first down.
This is well blocked in front of him. Really good job by the offensive line for Hurricane. They're just going to line back up. They're trying to keep Spring Valley on their heels, aren't they? You can tell they're just trying to, okay, come on, let's keep this going.
8-yard gain. Give it to number 7 again, and he will hammer his way close to first down yardage again. In fact, he has another first down sponsored by Optimum.
He sure does. Offensive line's really doing a nice job for him tonight. Kind of slowed these guys from Spring Valley down. They were really coming hard early.
11-yard pickup for Noah Bellatombi. On the call again, and
that was from behind. And, you know, sometimes when those guys come down behind us, so don't be stunned if you don't see a ball fake by the quarterback coming up and then him pulling that thing out and going the other way, because all Spring Valley was coming after 7.
Sam Booth making the stop. Long looking to throw.
Oh, my. They got a guy down the middle of the
Long will go out of bounds. Shoved out there by Dylan Robertson.
I believe he may have had a guy, if you show that back, Mark, he may have had a guy streaking right down the middle, and the safety for Spring Valley did not get over and cover it. They're going to kick themselves when they see that one on film.
Third down play. Bellatombi.
Man, look at that.
He shows the power.
Look at
that.
He
stood straight up and just kept churning the legs. Finally brought down, but not before he gets the first down. Christopher and Fuller there to apply the hits, but Bellatombi was bringing some punishment himself.
And he's just willing that thing down there for a first down, Mark.
Quarterback a year ago, and you can play so many different positions. But Long will give it to Noah Bellatombi again, and just ripping through the defense again. But we give those guys up front. Ethan Chill, the right tackle, the right guard, Drake Lanham, the center, Owen Duffy, left guard, Caleb Conrad, the left tackle, Deron Parks.
He's not getting touched. He's 5 yards into this, past the Spring Valley's defense. He's not even getting touched in there.
Picked up 8 there.
Bend don't break, I'm guessing.
In this drive off a Spring Valley fumbled. Bellatombi darts inside the 5 to the 2.
Man.
Operate in this Glenville State University red zone. First down, sponsored by Optimum, and right back to work goes Hurricanes offense. Bellatombi, and he will be stopped short there.
Well, maybe he can get his breath. I mean, he has toted the load tonight, man.
Bo Christopher on the stop there. Go under 4 minutes. Bellatombi, he will walk into the end zone.
Had him.
Shedded one tackler, and in he goes. And for the first time tonight, the Hurricane Redskins are in the lead.
Man, Spring Valley had the right defensive call on. They had him back here and just couldn't get a hold of him. But he's a tough man to bring down. He's had one whale of a game tonight.
4 touchdowns now for Noah Bellatombi. And the Redskins with a 4-point lead, going to go for 2 here. Grace is in the backfield with Long. Long throws, and the catch is made in the back of the end zone And the grab is made by Shalik Hampton.
What a great pattern by him. He's edged his man out to the edge of the end zone and turned back in so his quarterback could throw it to him. Really good job. You can see Billatombi coming in there. He had him, and he knew it.
A 41-35 lead. Hurricane leading for the first time tonight in a thriller here on FNR. Our scoring summary sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, the Kanawha Valley's premier personal injury law firm. Hurricane off the fumble recovery, McPrice, with Spring Valley driving to make it a two-score game, and they take it 11 plays, 68 yards, 2:43 off the clock. Noah Velatambe with the touchdown to complete the drive, and then they go for two. Velatambe, 31 carries, 255 yards, 4 touchdowns. Spring Valley total offense just 205, and there's what they are playing for here tonight. Our champions of the game trophy. And our champions of the game trophy, along with our Todd Judy Ford Scholar Athlete plaques, come to us all season long from All Sport Trophies in Cedar Grove. Call them for all of your award needs at 304-539-1668. And, I thought that was Dan Carney there about to do the scoop and
scoop and score. He's great at it.
All right, so it's time for another OVP Health Kickoff, and it will be Grayson Maddox to tee it up, 41-35. Keep in mind that of all the things that have happened in this game, one of the bigger plays, a 97-yard kickoff return by Abercrombie for Spring Valley.
Just don't kick it to him. Don't even give him a chance.
Well, it is going to be Ferguson, and Ferguson taken down at the 22-yard line. So Ferguson dangerous as well. So Spring Valley with the football, 3:46 to go, and for the first time in this game, they trail 41-35.
Now, Mark, there's enough time left with timeouts and first downs and stoppages when the clock can stop. There's enough time for them to, go down methodically and do it. But they do not have enough time to get negative plays or pre-snap penalties to put them in tough situations to get a first down. They've got to move the ball down. They've got to get up on the ball and get ready to go.
Liam McGuire stays in at quarterback. McGuire looking. And then we'll just launch, and they'll live to play for second down.
Yeah, 22 could have helped him a little bit by stepping back in. He was looking for someone to throw to, but he made a good decision, Mark. He didn't take a snap. He didn't take a loss. Didn't take a sack. He threw the ball away and then play for another down.
Friday nights. Can't beat it, can you?
Oh, man, high school football on Friday nights and college games on Saturday and NFL on Sunday. I mean, my land.
Again, we mentioned this earlier that we wanted to wish all of our best to our great friend Jim Hamrick. Been dealing with some illness, and McGuire threw it up, and that is nearly picked off. Deuce Hall was playing center field there.
Man, he made it. That was tough because he was getting it rammed right up his chin, and to throw that ball, and lucky the ball got tipped away.
Hopefully
third and 10.
Hopefully Jim is enjoying this Mountain State Athletic Conference showdown. Of course, he was the longtime athletic director at Parkersburg High. What a dandy that cross-city rivalry has going there at Stadium Field between the Big Reds and the Patriots of Parkersburg South.
This may be 2 downs, Mark. They may have to get this because if they turn it over, they're not going to get back to having proof that they can stop anybody in the second half. So even though they need 10 yards, they were going to have 2 downs to get it right here.
Well, they've had big fourth down plays.
I know. Last time they did like the delay over there at Abercrombie. That was a great play call. But I think you need to tell your kids this. Don't panic if we don't get it. We have another play. We have another play to get it so that they can just stay, relax about it and not get too upset if they don't get it.
Abercrombie dashed 82 yards for a touchdown to start the game. Bray Booth did a great job on special teams to make it 14-0. Friday Night Football Extra coming up, sponsored by the Thornhill Auto Group on WCHS-TV. The Hall of Famer Kenny Bass back in the house. Jason Hurst, our great crew, and we'll see. We'll see if I can join the mix.
Good luck. You'll need a great Uber. That's all I can tell you. You'll need a great one that kind of flies.
So after that Booth touchdown, it was 14-3 on a Mitchell field goal. Then Abercrombie raced 97 yards on the kickoff return. It was 28-3. It was 28-10. And right now, Spring Valley trails. Third down play, McGuire. Pressure coming, throws it out, and the catch is made, but we just right at
couldn't keep his feet.
The line of scrimmage. That's Kane who made the play. So it was 28-10 following a Velotombi 7-yard run. Then he made it 28-17, and it was 28-23 on Ron Deuce Hall's interception return of 44 yards. McGuire and company came back over to Spring Valley, made it 35-23. 31-yard field goal was good by Hurricane, and it was 35-26. Velotombi back-to-back TDs. Here we go, fourth down, under 3 to go.
Timeout. See, that's a good timeout, Mark, because they could set up their formation and see how Hurricane was going to defend it. Now it's just a game of, it's a chess game right now. I mean, they're looking at it and saying, what can we run out of this? We don't have to run for 30 yards. We just got to get 10. And Hurricane's saying, well, whatever we do, if Abercrombie gets it, we've got to contain him because he can break it away anytime and can take it the distance. And then we're really up the creek without a paddle. So this is going to be a huge call right here.
Thundering Herd of Marshall off tomorrow. Virginia Tech coming in next Saturday. Join us tomorrow, 9:30 on Fox 11 for Marshall Football Today with Charles Huff, sponsored by the Dutch Miller Auto Group. Coach Huff and his Thundering Herd off a great victory at East Carolina last Saturday to move to 2-0. So Spring Valley, what an effort by this 0-3 team.
Yeah.
We discussed it. They've won 5 in a row in this series. Spring Valley has only started 0-4 once in school history, dating back to when the school opened in 1998, and that was an 0-10 season in 2005. Here we go. McGuire. Pressure comes,
hard.
And they've got him, and down he goes. Shalik Hampton.
What a great job by their interior line. He had no place to go. They kept him inside. really great job defensively by Hurricane.
That will give the Redskins the football in the red zone. Our red zone sponsored by Glenville State University. Glenville State University prepares and inspires students to be thoughtful, productive, engaged, and responsible citizens who contribute to the well-being of their community, state, nation, and world. Pioneer your future.
Well, if I can get a first down here, Mark, or set on it, this game's over.
Long gives to Velatombi, and Velatombi slips away from one tackler. Yeah.
Imagine that. Was that his 32nd carry tonight, Mark? Was that 32nd carry? My. Without a fumble. I mean, man. Without a fumble. 32 times without a fumble. And he's still going 90 miles an hour. What an effort. I tell you what, Mark, when this game needed to be turned around, I think he just kept running and running. You remember there's a couple of runs he had down here going this way when they first scored to get to 3. And he just broke. They almost didn't have a first down, and he turned it and made it a first down. He single-handedly kept them in it when they was really going bad.
And Velatombi again, boy, they came at him, and they had a good idea, and he just slipped away from the defense. Takes it to the 9.
And with 1:46 left on the running clock. They'll get this first down. They can play a fight song. What a game, Mark. This was a good one on week 4. Huh?
We've been wanting these. We got it.
This was a good one. And Robert kept us going over here on the side. 90 mile an hour. His statistics of this has been a great night.
Velatombi, and he bounces off the defender and takes it in for the score.
5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns.
What a night for Noah Velatombi.
Wow.
A 47-35 lead. Touchdown sponsored by Marshall University. At one point, this Hurricane team trailed by 25. And now Mitchell. Kick up. Hold by Maddox. Good. Nice snap by Wilfong. And it's a 48-35 lead.
Well, if you're Spring Valley, you got to be proud of the kids' efforts the way they come in here tonight. You know, there's a lot of teams, Mark, that you go 0-3 and you're playing one of the better teams in 3A in Hurricane on their home field. It's not an easy thing and hard to keep your kids up. What a credit to the coaching staff of Spring Valley. Man, they had their kids ready to play. And that's all you can ever do as a coach. All you can do is put them in position to make plays and get them ready to play. And Coach Dingus and his group deserve a big credit for coming here and playing on a big stage against this Hurricane team.
Well, Brad telling us this week that, hey, the best 4 teams on our schedule are probably the first 4 teams we're going to play.
Right. And Hurricane's going to win more games, and with the new playoff system, they're going to get points when they win. So that helps them too. And the other thing I would say, Mark, is Hurricane got busted in the mouth, and they was able to regroup and keep playing, and next thing you know, they're in it. So this will be something that they can I know they won it, but I mean this is something that they can use.
OVP Health kickoff. Ferguson on the return.
And it breaks a streak for Hurricane, doesn't it? Then they lose 5 in a row coming into here. And you're going to be in good graces with Donnie. He's getting on you before the game about, hey, you may be bad luck or something. So he can't say that anymore.
So the ball is spotted at the 26. We're under a minute to go here. Our scoring summary from that last TD, our scoring summary Sponsored by Mark A. Hunt and Associates, attorneys at law. 3 plays, 18 yards, 135. Elatombi with his 5th touchdown of the game. McGuire, and the handoff here to Will McClure. Well, again, Spring Valley came in here and looking to get that first win, pull an upset. It's a high-powered Hurricane team. And at one point, they had it 28-3. Had that turnover, Mick, that could have made it a 2-score game as Hurricane was coming back. And then Hurricane marched down and scored it. McGuire fires it over, and the catch is made on the far sideline by, it's not Abercrombie, number 1, Tate Atkins with his first catch of the night. And if you're Donnie Mays and you're watching this game, or any coach, you say to your kids, you know, these games are 48 minutes.
Yes. Can't get too high, can't get too low.
It's going to be the last play of the game. And McGuire goes back and shoots it out on the near side here to Kane. And Kane will go down, and that will do it.
Heck of a game, Mark. It's one of the best we've had for a while, man. I really enjoyed this one. This was back and forth and back and forth. And, man, these kids out here deserve a lot of credit in tonight's game. Both teams played their butts off tonight, and I really think that both coaching staffs deserve a lot of credit. This was a great high school football game.
It was at one time 28-3 in favor of Spring Valley, and then the Hurricane Redskins slowly but surely started clipping away. And in the end, they come away with a 48-35 victory. Teams congratulate each other. What a battle here in the Mountain State Athletic Conference. Hurricane moves to 3-1, and Spring Valley drops to 0-4. We'll come back. We'll have our champions of the game trophy presentation. Talk with the winning head coach, Donnie Mays. And recap this one a bit more for you. Hurricane, in comeback fashion, knocks off Spring Valley 48-35 here inside McGee Field at Redskins Stadium on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Well, it's time now for our Big Sandy Superstore big play of the game. When big plays happen, Big Sandy Superstore also donates $500 each week to the host school of our Parmar Friday Night Rivals game of the week. And how about LaRon Dewes-Hall with a 44-yard interception return for a touchdown. It was 28-17 at that point. That made it 28-23. And Hurricane, just one of the many big plays tonight that led to this impressive comeback as they win it by a final of 48-35 after being down at one point 28-3 in this game. Hannah Klein standing by with the victorious Hurricane Redskins and head coach Donnie Mays.
Well, Coach, a back-and-forth fight in this game. Talk a little bit about this performance.
The first quarter was not us. We didn't come out with any emotion. We tried to we just tried to do way too much. We didn't do what we needed to do. And we went in at halftime. We talked about a few things, but the first thing and the most important thing about our offense is make sure we're getting the ball to the right people and we're using our tempo. And the defense played a really good job in the second half of shutting these guys down. We gave up 28 in the first quarter, and I don't know, it kind of shell-shocked us a little bit, but you know what, I'm proud of our guys and how they came back tonight.
And when I spoke to you when you came back from the half, you talked about that rhythm and finding that rhythm, and it seemed like there was a spark under them.
The spark's right here. Spark's right there. This guy was amazing tonight. And I mean, like he put it on his shoulders tonight, and you know, I mean, I told him over here, I don't know that I've been around a lot of great players. I've not seen a performance like that. That's amazing.
Well, for you, describe this moment for me. Describe this team.
Man, it feels good to win this with my team. I didn't do this alone. I would like to thank my offensive line. It was a team thing. We came out and executed the second half.
What would you say the difference is between week 1 to now?
We came together as a team. We've been bonding. We just came together. We became stronger.
Well, guys, I want to be the first to congratulate you, F&R Champions of the Week. Congratulations, and I want to hear from you.
All right, there you go. Bellatombi, 34 carries, 273 yards, 5 touchdowns. Great game by Abercrombie for Spring Valley. 17 carries, 181, 2 touchdowns. What a comeback by Hurricane in this one as they win. The final thoughts, Mick Price.
What a great comeback for Hurricane. They got punched in the face, and they didn't blink. They just kept playing. Spring Valley, I think they should be proud of what their kids did. They got a young team, and they're only going to get better from this situation.
All right, next week we got the Polka Dots and the Roane County Raiders. A lot of pressure on Seth Ramsey and Paul Burdett to give us as good a one as we had here tonight. Redskins storm onto the field. It wasn't a great start, but in the end they finish strong and they take it here over Spring Valley. In our latest installment of the Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, it is Hurricane 48 and Spring Valley 35. Big comeback for the Redskins, down at one time 28-3. So for Mick Price, Hannah Klein, our great F&R crew, this is Mark Martin. We say so long from McGee Field inside Redskins Stadium here on the campus of Hurricane High School in Hurricane. We thank you for watching this Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Big win for the Redskins.